Chris Valentin's one of the senior leaders at Bethel, and just an amazing man of God. And he started a ministry, Moral Revolution, several years ago, and he has written a book called Moral Revolution: The Naked Truth About Sexual Purity. And they have a table at Gate 17, I believe. And I just want to encourage you, Tiffany and her group. Tiffany, will you stand up? I don't know if we can see you. Come on, just stand up there. Be proud. She should be up here. Wave your hands. Will you go to their booth and find out more information? I'm telling you, if you're dealing with issues, on your sex drive, or I'm not sure about relationships, or I don't know necessarily what to do, or I don't have the answers to some of the questions that I'm asking, I want you to get involved. You can go to moralrevolution.com, right? Or .org? .com. Go to moralrevolution.com. Banning and I, we sit on the board, and we have meetings nearly every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, as much as we can be there. We are putting together curriculum that we can get into the hands of youth pastors and youth and young adults, working on curriculum that will go into our school systems that begin to give answers to the questions that all of us have. And let me just make a little plug before Scott comes up here. If there's a lot of things. I didn't become a Christian until I was 19. 20-some years ago. I'm 45 and I've got 2 kids. One of my sons is here and working with us and works on staff. And there's a lot of things, that I did that I regret, before I became a Christian. And one of those things that I wish I would have had, number one, a life-giving church, or I would have been a part of a life-giving church that would have told me. Or I would have been a part of a youth group or a youth, and had a youth pastor in my life that would have been able to answer some of those questions that I had. But outside of that, my wife and I became sexually active before we were married, while I was still in high school. And if there is one thing, if there's just, I probably got 3 or 4 things that I really regret. But I'm telling you, that ranks right up there in the top 3, top 1 or 2. Is that I wish I could take that back, and I wish I would have saved myself for my wife on my marriage day, on that marriage night. And you think that, I ended up marrying her. It's the only girl I ever dated, and she's my high school sweetheart, and thus the story of my overall bib. There's a reason why I bought that shirt, just not to draw attention. But